Hello Oracle Database fans, this is Justin, and in this Oracle Database YouTube video tutorial, I am going to show you how to properly set up an Oracle database environment on a Unix system. Now, Unix is an operating system, just like the Windows operating system, but it's different and it's used for different things. Okay. There are two types of, there's Unix, which is a type of operating system, and then there's another operating system just like Unix, a clone of Unix actually, known as Linux. Okay, and there's many different flavors of Linux known as distributions. There are many flavors of Unix, okay, as well. And the flavor of Unix that we're running here is called AIX. And on this AIX system, we're running Oracle Database version 11.2, and we're running a database called GVO DB09. Okay? Now, if we type in the command uname, which is a Unix command, we will see what flavor of the Unix operating system we are running. We are running AIX, which stands for Advanced Interactive Executive. I know, it's an X, whatever. Okay, this is IBM Corporation's version of the Unix operating system. And for those of you who are interested, if we run an OS level space minus S, OS level is the command in Unix, and minus S is an argument, okay, or an option, if you will. We will see that we're running version 6, release 1, so it's AIX version 6.1, technology level 1, service pack 09. So we're running AIX version 6.1, technology level 1, service pack 9, and this OS patch release, if you will, of the operating system, this patch release of the OS was released on the 15th week, the Julian week, if you will, of 2010. Okay, that's what this 1015 means. It means the 15th week of 2010, version 6.1, technology level 1, service pack 9 of the AIX operating system was released, and that's what we have installed on this system. Now, there are many differences between the Windows operating system and a Unix or Linux operating system. Unix and Linux operating system are way more similar than a Windows system is to a Linux or Unix. Okay, so when I compare the two, I'll be grouping Unix and Linux together, okay, and separating them from Windows. Even though Unix, Linux, and Windows are three distinct operating systems and should be treated as such. Okay, Unix and Linux are, however, Unix and Linux are pretty much similar. Pretty similar. There are many differences between a Windows, Unix, and Linux system. So that would also mean that there are many differences of how Oracle is implemented on a Unix, Linux, and Windows system. And we'll go over one of those big differences now. On a Unix or Linux system, there's a command called PS. PS is short for process status. EF are the options to the PS command. Process status, PS command on Unix or Linux systems is similar to the task manager program on Windows systems. The task manager program on Windows systems show you the programs which are currently running on that Windows system. The PS command on Unix or Linux systems should show you what programs are running on a Unix or Linux system. And when we type in the grep -i or underscore part of this command, we're telling Unix to take the output of PSEF, so basically take all a list of all the programs that are running on this Unix system, and only show us programs that begin with the characters ORA underscore. Now, if you don't understand what all these commands do or all these options do, don't worry about it. This is not meant to be in a Unix 101 class. I recommend you go online and find some other supplemental Unix learning material if you're really interested. Okay, but I'm just going to show you what we need to do, what we have to do in Oracle here. Okay, so PSEF, and we're going to show us all the programs that are currently running on this Unix system, which start with the characters ORA underscore. Okay, and this is what we get back. These are all the programs that are running that begin with ORA underscore. And notice something. They all have the same name here. GVO DB09. Okay? This is the name of our database instance, GVO DB09. Remember, an instance are the background processes and the memory. That's what an Oracle instance is. Okay, but you'll also notice that in the middle here, these names are different. Okay, that's because these are different programs that are launched when you start an Oracle instance on a Unix or Linux system, which do different things for an Oracle database. Each one of these processes has a specific job that it does for an Oracle database, and every Oracle database will have most of these processes anyway. Okay, and each of these processes have a specific job they do, and they all work together in tandem. Okay, isn't that nice, right? They all work together in tandem to keep an Oracle database up and running and functional. They all have a specific job. Okay, and if you look over here, you'll notice that all these processes have the word Oracle next to them. ORACLE. This is the user, the operating system user, which is running these processes. Okay, every process or program on a Unix system must have a user that's running it, and the Oracle user, okay, which is pretty much default in the field, pretty much standard in the field, I should say, is who owns an Oracle database and therefore runs the Oracle instance. So so this is telling us that we have a database named GVODB09 running on a system. We can have multiple databases running on one Unix system, but we have one running on this particular Unix system. GVODB09 is the name of it. We see all the different Oracle background processes which do specific jobs for Oracle, and we see that the Oracle user owns all these processes. Now you'll notice a difference on Windows systems. If you're looking on a Windows system and you go to Task Manager, you'll notice that there's only one process running, one program running, Oracle.exe, Oracle.executable. Okay, that's how Oracle is implemented on Windows systems. It's one process, Oracle.exe. Now, all these other processes do exist on a Unix system. Okay, helping on a Windows system, helping a database running on a Windows system. However, they're implemented as threads of the Oracle.exe program. Again, on Unix or Linux systems, the Oracle background processes are implemented as a separate process, okay, for each one of these background processes. Okay, so there's multiple ones that you can see at an OS level with the PS command. Okay, same thing for Linux. However, on a Windows system, they're implemented with one program, Oracle.exe, running in the background, and they're threads of Oracle.exe. I'm not going to go into the differences between a process and a thread in this video. Just understand that on a Unix or Linux system, the background processes of an Oracle database instance are implemented as different processes, and on a Windows system, they're implemented as threads of one process, Oracle.exe. Okay, so that's what we're seeing here. Now, if we type in the ID command, which stands for identification, to the Unix command, we will see that we are logged on to this Unix system as the OS user Oracle, who owns and is running this Oracle database, GVODB09, and this user is in the install and DBA group. Not relevant yet. So, on this freshly installed Unix system, let's go ahead and we know we have a database running, so let's go ahead and let's connect to this Oracle database. And we connect to it using the same command which we use on a Windows system. SQL plus //as /sysdba. SQL plus not found. Why isn't it found? It's not found because this program is not in the path. Well, what is the path? Okay, path PATH is a variable which is set, and when we do an echo command and $, we're saying show us the value of the variable path. It's telling the shell, which is what we're in here, what the commands we're typing are in a shell, what directories to look into for executables, for programs. Okay? And this is telling us that the SQL plus command is not in any of these directories. See the multiple directories? They're separated by colons. Okay? That's because the SQL plus program is in the Oracle home directory. Okay? And the Oracle home directory is... the ls command on Unix shows us a directory listing of the contents of a directory, much like the dir command in Windows. I happen to know this. The Oracle Home, which is the location where we installed the Oracle software, same terminology as on a Windows system, on this Unix system is located in ls/u01 app Oracle product 11.2.0 db home _1. Okay, so that's our Oracle Home. u01/app/oracle/product/1120/db home _1, and we will see that this is our Oracle Home. This is all the files and directories which make up our Oracle software. So we need to add, now the Oracle Home has a subdirectory called bin, as you can see right here. Okay? And the bin directory, which is under Oracle Home, is where all the executables of your Oracle database reside. Okay, all your programs. Okay? And if we were to, I'll show you a little trick here. This escape K recalls a previous command. If we were to look in the bin command, in the bin directory, in the Oracle Home bin directory, specifically for the SQL Plus executable, we will see there it is. So that's where this executable resides. Okay, the SQL Plus executable resides in Oracle Home /bin. So we need to add that to our path. And how we do that is as follows. To set a variable in Oracle and Unix, you type in export path equals path :/u01 app Oracle product 1120 db home 1 bin. Okay, what we're saying here is set the variable path to the value of what path currently is, which is this line right here. This is the current value, but add this to it. So we don't want to overwrite this variable's value with just Oracle Home, because then it won't find any other Unix command. We want to add the Oracle Home to this path. Okay. Now, when we type in echo $path, we will see that not only do we have everything up to sbin dot, which we have, but we also have u01 app Oracle product 1120 db home _1 bin, because we added the Oracle Home /bin directory to our path. Now, the PWD shows you the current directory. We're in Home Oracle. No matter where you are, we can issue the SQL Plus command because it's in our path. So, getting back to our example, let's connect to our Oracle database with SQL Plus /as /sysdba. Well, look, we got the same message we got up here. Some variables aren't set. That's what this is telling us. So, in order to log into an Oracle database, you need to have, besides having access to your SQL Plus program, you need to have a few variables set. Okay, the first variable is Oracle _SID, and that's going to be the name of the database instance. So we do export Oracle capital Oracle SID GVODB09, and we echo the value of that variable, and we see it's set to GVODB09. The next variable we need to set is the Oracle Home, which tells Oracle where the Oracle Home is. Export Oracle Home equals /u01 app Oracle product 1121 db home _1. Remember up here? Okay. Now we echo $Oracle Home, and we see it. u01 app Oracle product 1120 db home _1. Now there's a third one that we can set called Oracle Base, but we're not going to set it here because it's not really necessary. But you should always set it. But I'm just not going to set it here okay. Because there's just no reason to set it, but it is recommended. All right. So Oracle SID and Oracle Home are set, which are two required variables. The third one being Oracle Base, which we're not setting at this time. Now, when you type in SQL Plus /as sysdba, we connect to our Oracle database just fine. We don't get funky messages anymore. And if I do show user, I see I'm connected as a sysdba user. And if I do select name from $database, like so, I see I'm connected to the GVO DB09 database, the intended database. Now, you're probably thinking, there has to be an easier way to do this. How do you set the Oracle environment on a Unix system easily? I don't want to set those 2, possibly 3 variables every time I want to log into a database. Especially if you have multiple Oracle databases running on a Unix or Linux system. You don't want to set one for each one every time you want to log into them. That's pretty annoying. And if you do this, the unset command, which unsets the values of variables in Unix, we will see that Oracle Home is no longer set. The variable Oracle SID is no longer set. And we get this error message again. Okay, so we just lost our whole environment if we were to log out and log back in, or if someone were to unset these variables. So there is an easier way, and that way is with a command called aura-env. Okay, and it is a shell script, which is like a batch program in Unix or Linux, which is provided by the Oracle Corporation. So when you install it, it's provided. And it's located this batch file is located in the Oracle Home /user1/app/oracle/product/1120/dbhome_1/bin, and it's called aura-env. And since the Oracle Home /bin is in our path, we know, here it is, we know that we can get to it. Okay? So, to run the aura-env script, you type in the following. Now remember, our Oracle SID, or Oracle Home, and our Oracle base, which is that other variable I told you about, that optional variable, are not set, which is causing SQL Plus to throw up all over the screen, if you will, because he's attempting to read, he needs these variables set. That's a prereq to him. He's dependent upon these variables. Okay? These 3 variables right here. So, but what's an easy way to do it instead of exporting each and every one of these? Type in ./aura-env like so. Now, don't worry about Unix finding this program because he will, because the Oracle Home's in your path. Okay? Remember, right here? And what the dot in front of aura-env is, again, this isn't a Unix 101 or Linux 101 course, but the dot means to source. It means that any variable which is set, any environment which is set in the aura-env script, I want you to implement as if I were to manually export and set those variables in this session. So it just means every time you have a script run on a Unix or Linux system and there are variables that you want to be brought into your environment, to your shell script, to your shell, your command shell, and you want them to be persistent after, still in effect after the shell script runs, then you will source the shell script with a dot. Hit enter. Now, this script is asking us for Oracle SID. We provide it with GVO DB09. GVO DB09, the name of the database. See what now it says the Oracle base for Oracle Home U01 app Oracle product 1120 dbhome_1 is U01 app Oracle. What's that telling us? Well, this is what it's telling us. Wow, look at that. The Oracle provided script, when we run it and we tell it the database name, sets the 3 required variables that SQL Plus needs to run. GVO DB09, the name of the Oracle, the location of the Oracle Home, and the Oracle base value. Now when we type in SQL Plus space as sysdba, look at that. We don't get this error message up here anymore. Show user sys, select name from $, database, GVO DB09. Okay? So that's what the aura-env script does. Now, you're probably wondering, wait a minute, I typed in GVO DB09, which I know is a database currently running on the system. How does it know what Oracle Home belongs to this database? How does it know what this database's Oracle Home is? Because you can have multiple Oracle databases running on a single Unix or Linux system, and they could be all running off of the same Oracle Homes or different Oracle Homes each, or a mixture. It doesn't matter. Well, the answer lies in a file. The file's called, the file's in the etc directory, and it's called Aura tab, short for Oracle Table. Now, on Unix and Linux systems, okay, I mean, being in AIX and Linux, and even HPUX, I believe. No, I think it's just AIX, I don't know, whatever. On AIX and Linux, which I know for sure, the Aura tab file is located in etc. On the Solaris operating system, Unix system, formerly Sun Microsystems version of the Unix operating system, now it's Oracle's version, the file is located in directory var/var/opt/oracle Aura tab. So it's located in this directory, the file Aura tab, okay, on Solaris systems. But on AIX and Linux systems, it's an etc Aura tab. If we cat the etc Aura tab, which the cat command in Unix shows us the contents of a file, just like the type command in Windows, we will see a bunch of comments up here, which are pound signs here. Okay, this is just documentation that the Oracle Corporation provided, and we see down here, you see I have multiple database instances running on my system, not running currently, but that are configured on this system, and you should have an entry for every database in this file. And as you can see, each database instance that runs on the system has a line. Okay, here's the line for GVODB09. Okay, it's a comma delimited. It's a comma delimited line. Okay, so GVODB09. Okay, we see that we have the Oracle home. So when you set up the Aura env file, the Aura tab file, the first field, if you will, of this colon delimited line is the name of the instance. The second field is the Oracle home, and the third field is Y or no, for yes or no, respectively. Don't worry about what they mean in this video. That's if the database should start automatically on reboot. That's a whole other topic. Okay, so the first field in this file is the name of the database instance. The second field is the location of the Oracle home, and the third field is Y or N. Okay, so when you execute the .auraenv command, it's consulting this file, and it's going to search for the database name that you entered, that it prompted for, GVODB09, and then it's going to look at the second field of the line that starts with GVODB09, and that's where it's going to get the Oracle home. Okay, and then it's going to take out the first few levels here of the Oracle home to make its Oracle base. Okay, so that's how the Aura env script works. Okay, and what we're going to do here is we're going to type in the su command, which stands for switch user, because I don't have permission to really mess with this file. I can only read it as Oracle. Okay, and when I type in su, and just like a minus, which don't worry about what that means, and I type in the password to root, I get logged into, I switch users from Oracle to root on my Unix or Linux system. And root is the administrator of a Unix or Linux box. You can do anything it wants. Okay, so currently logged in as root, as we can see from our ID command, we're going to use the mv command, short for move. This is how you move files on a Linux or Unix system. And we're going to, well, essentially rename the file in etc Aura tab to etc Aura tab.old. Then what I'm going to do is I am going to use the ls command, which shows me the contents of a directory, and I only want it to show me files that begin with Aura tab. Okay, and the asterisk is a wildcard. And we see that the only file in etc that starts with Aura tab is auratab.old. Now I'm going to type in exit to log out of root and get back into my Oracle user. Now I'm going to unset my Oracle SID, unset my Oracle home, and unset my Oracle base. Okay? I'm going to echo the value of Oracle SID, it's nothing. Echo the value of Oracle home, nothing. Echo the value of Oracle base, nothing. I attempt SQL plus //sysdba. I get my error message again saying that Oracle home is not set among other variables. Okay, no problem. I do that trusty trick. .auraenv. It's asking us for the instance GVODB09. Wait a minute. It's now asking us for the home directory, the Oracle home location, and it's going to default. That's what's in the bracket. It's a default value to /home/Oracle. So you don't know what your Oracle home is. So you just hit enter here. Okay, and now you're going to get a message that says Aura-based environment variable is not being set since this information is not available for the current user ID Oracle. You can set Oracle-based manually if it is required. This output right here, when the Aura env scripts prompts you for an Oracle home after providing it with an Oracle SID, that's a pretty good indication that either the Aura tab file doesn't exist or there's no entry for that database instance in the Aura tab file. So, to correct that, we SU back over to the root user, verify, and we rename the etc oratab.old file back to etc oratab, like so. There it is. And we have the contents of etc oratab, and we see that there's our line again for that database. And we exit back to our Oracle user. Now we type in .aura env. Well, let me show you again. Oracle SID is, well, Oracle SID was set, but Oracle Home is set to home Oracle, which is the default, and Oracle Base is set to nothing. Now we do .aura env. Now we can type in gvodb09, and the default is set that way because that's what the Oracle SID was set to prior. Well, you know what? Let's do this. Unset Oracle SID, unset Oracle Home. Just to make sure that everything's unset and that our Aura env script has been fixed. Oracle Home, Oracle Base. Okay, SQL plus //assysdba. Okay, now we get our error. Now we do .aura env. It's asking us the default Oracle. We're going to type in gvodb09. And bam, it's not asking us for our Oracle Home anymore. It found the Oracle Home in the or tab file, and we see that our main variables have been set correctly, and we can SQL plus into our Oracle database with no issue. Okay, so the Aura env shell script is provided by Oracle Corporation by default when you install the Oracle database. It's located under Oracle Home /bin, and it is used to, as long as every database has an entry, a proper entry in the etc or tab file, the Aura env script, when it's sourced, is used to set up an Oracle environment. So if you have multiple Oracle databases running on a Unix or Linux system, all you have to do is run that .aura env script for each database when you want to log into them, and it'll set the environment for each one, and if everything is set up correctly, after you do that, SQL plus should be able to log in. So with one command, you can set the 3 required variables to connect to an Oracle database. Okay, that's how you set an Oracle environment on a Unix or Linux system.